we're in. Let's double check. People of the future, you may be seeing me double checking. Let's see. This says we're live. Oh no. Let's try again. There we go, we're in. Excellent. Okay. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. I have no idea if this is working or not tonight. We're trying something different, so if you're coming in now, I guess it's 8 p.m. Sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm trying to get my computer to work as well so I can see if anybody chats. There we go, we're up. Okay, I'm focusing now. Hi, welcome to a live paint along. It's in real time, it's 8 p.m. here, so I'm trying something a little bit different, going later. If you're watching this in the future, obviously time doesn't matter, but doing a nighttime once, we're just gonna see what this is like. So about the warning. I am absolutely finished. Don't actually know if this is working. My stream doesn't seem to be registering anything, so this is going to be quite interesting. Yeah. Oh, I guess we'll see how this goes. So anyway, it is, it's about 8 p.m. So that's the plan. Doing the nighttime stream. I hope the shadows aren't too shadowy in here. I've got like multi-shadow situation going on. I've got like every light I could find. Hello! Oh yay, it is working. Awesome. Sorry, my whole setup here is a bit like not very intuitive. You can literally see like every cable. There's so many lights on to try and... No, that's even worse. I'm a professional, guys. Can you tell? Okay, so the plan is I think I'm just gonna potter and paint a landscape. I got a commission for one of these teeny tiny ones. So he's very, very small. I think I measured it's like 15 by 10 centimeters. But I've been doing a landscape painting daily. One, because they're fun to do, and two, because I'm vicariously living through painting the outside world at this point. So I thought I would start the commission on stream. I don't think I'm going to finish it just because I've been painting since 8:30 this morning. So it's been a fairly long day. But we'll see how it goes. So I've got everything prepped. You get to not see the pretty background anymore, and you get to have some newspaper. But let's be real, protecting your surfaces is the responsible thing to do. So, also I'm gonna zoom in because it's so small. It's such a tiny little canvas. I've never worked so small before. It's quite funny. So let's see if I can get this to zoom smoothly. Ooh, that wasn't smooth, but I'll take it. Okay, so my paints are all prepped as well. There we go. So I recycle all of my palettes. I don't go out and buy palettes. That's like not necessary. Just use like rubbish you've got around your house, and then you can recycle it afterwards. Because if you're using acrylics, those are also plastic based. Right. So if you've seen any of the landscapes that I've been doing up until this point, they've all been mountains. Hello. And this one is also a mountain. The suggestion was made to do a like an African red tinged landscape, which I think is a very good idea. Oh, I'm just looking at this plant. It needs the water, and I need to cut that leaf off. But I'm getting distracted. That was your plants on your desk. Anyway, so I'm basically going to be starting off this little African landscape and winging it. She wanted, Michelle, if you're here, I'm talking about your painting. So sorry if I'm talking about you in like the third person if you are here. That's a bit weird. Wanted to mix like a nice reddy you know, that like tinge of an African mountain slash, oh my word, my brain. What am I trying to say? Can I tell you? Okay, look, I'll tell you why I'm a bit distracted, and then I'll actually go on to talking. So, someone in our general vicinity, I don't know who it is, but it's obviously a kid's birthday, and they have been playing Ed Sheeran, "The Shape of You," but only the first 30 seconds of the song, on repeat since about 6:30. And it's, I don't know if you can hear it in the background, it's fairly loud. But James and I are both losing our mind. He's gone and put his headphones back on now because, yeah, he took them off for an hour to eat and has put them back on. Can't deal with Ed Sheeran. I'm hoping this isn't going to be too glary. There are so many lights, but would you believe it's pitch black in here without them? So we're going to wing it. Anyway, what I was saying was, the idea is we're going to do a I can't even think what I'm saying. A mixed sort of traditional African landscape, but with some flowers in the foreground. We got there. My goodness. I need to move this cable. It's in the way. How can we move this? It's going to be interesting. I bought a mic for filming videos to try and be a professional, but mics are really expensive, and the only one that was on sale had a 6-meter cable, which when I bought it, I was like, that's totally doable to work around. Guys, a 6-meter cable is really long. Trying to coil up 6 meters of cable to film, it's hilarious. Like, I'll show you. It's like this just like pile of cable. Oh dear. Quite funny. Anyway, so I'm just going to sort of like, oh my goodness, that's way too lurid. Wing it really. I haven't quite thought about how I'm going to do the flowers in the foreground yet, but I like the mountain in this one. I might zoom in a little bit more. I've got like a crop that I'm sort of liking. Maybe I'll take a bit more sky out of it and zoom in. Give me 2 seconds while I'm just doing a casual bit of photo editing. Don't mind me. Anyway, so how's lockdown life treating everyone? Anything new and exciting happening? I don't think we have anything to report here, other than the squirrel that's officially moved into the garden and is actually going to get eaten by Rosie at this point. He's so cocky. He's so cocky with her. He knows that she's slow, but I think that's going to be his undoing. So now I have a broom in here, and every time I hear him, because he comes down and like, he's come up right to my studio door. He's so cocky. So now I just chase him with a broom. He needs to be afraid. Like, I like squirrels, but I don't want to be responsible for him dying. So he needs to leave, basically. Oh dear. I don't know why I put the water on this side. It's nice having a nice aesthetic. Anyway, I don't actually know. My Streamlabs isn't working today, so it's not actually putting like info up on the screen like it normally does. Oh no, I've shut Misty outside, so normally Misty sleeps here with me, but that's like in the afternoon. But because this is a sort of unusual time, she went out to go and eat, and I closed the door, and now she's sad because she's not asleep on her chair. But we're bad. Yeah, I don't know where though, because I mean, I guess we are like 2 roads down from a park, but he's very new to the area. He's chunky though, so I mean, he is obviously like eating food from, I guess, bird feeders and people's gardens and stuff, but he's not trying to get in our bird feeder. He just comes down to the garden and like walks around. He's had a bit of a dig, but like, he's not, I don't know, he doesn't really feel like he's looking for food. He just does a lot of like walking around the garden, then jumping from tree to tree, and basically just like tormenting Rosie. Misty is terrified of him. It's too much for her little brain to handle. Okay, I'm not liking the proportions of the sky to what will be Savannah, I guess. It's all off. So let's just raise that up a little bit before. I'm just using a very basic palette of colours. So we've got titanium white, Prussian blue, whatever the violet colour is called, I can't remember, dioxine violet, yellow ochre, Mars black, burnt umber, burnt sienna, alizarin crimson, that's not a paint, hooker's green, and Payne's grey. That's more than enough to get everything that we need. That's also too green, but whatever. It's fine as a base. Let's just get you raised up to about here. I want it a little bit higher than halfway. Quite enjoying doing these little landscapes. I've had a really good response to them. I mean, it's probably because I'm selling them for cheap, if we're honest. But yeah, it's just nice to paint something a little bit different as well. I'm going to do some bigger ones just to see what the response to those will be. But yeah, it's quite fun. Quite enjoying them. I'm definitely not going to get very far with this tonight, though. I think it's safe to assume that after a nearly 12-hour day, I'm not going to be doing my finest work. Okay. Also, problematically working like this. Oh, you know what I need? I wonder if I've got my texture brush over here. Do I? I've got one of them. Right, let's sort of get the mountain in. Get a loose idea of what's cracking with this old mountain. The problem is, with me doing this, keep on moving. There we go. That's better. Okay. I'm going to move this a little bit this way just because that's easy for me to paint. I hope that that's all right in the old shot. Okay. So this is basically blocking out. This is only I like to paint like this. Obviously, everybody paints in different ways. I like to block stuff out when I'm working and then go in and add detail once I sort of know where I want everything loosely to be. I find it nicer than either going in pencil first or, yeah, I don't know. I just quite enjoy blocking out in paint. To me, it feels more intuitive. Okay, sort of happy proportion-wise with that. So like probably like this section here will be flowers, but I want the main focus to be on the glowing mountain. So we just need the sky to dry a little bit more. Luckily, acrylics dry really quickly. My plan is to do some bigger ones. I've got a few canvases left that I can work on. I'm going to do landscapes on all of those, I think, because why not? I think diversifying is important. Look, I know it's very shiny. Maybe if we turn this one off. That's not too bad light-wise, is it? Let's see. Is that okay? It's a bit shadow heavy from this side. Let's see how it goes. I'll shout if it's looking a bit weird to you guys. That might be a bit dark for me, actually, if I'm 100% honest. Let me... That's a little bit better. Yeah, like, I know the whole point of being an artist professionally so that you have like a recognizable style and all of that jazz. But like, one, I get bored. I don't know how people just paint the same thing over and over again. I would shoot myself. And I don't know, I just think it's healthy to not paint the same thing over and over again. So, like, I've got my wildlife that I paint, which went through a phase of being quite popular, and now nobody's buying those. And like the birds as well, they were popular for a while, and now nobody's buying those. So maybe it's time to see if landscapes are where it's at. And again, I do actually really like them. It's one thing that I've never really done much of before. Like, obviously, actually, I'm trying to think of art school. What did we do? I mean, like, so I majored in painting, which is ironic considering that I basically only made sculptures. But okay, so first year, so I studied at Michaelis, the Michaelis School of Fine Arts. First year, you do all disciplines. So, my goodness, my brain. So it's drawing, painting, sculpture, photography, printmaking, new media. I'm missing something. One other thing. So you do all of those. And then in second year, you specialize down. In second year? Third year? Second year? Oh my goodness, my brain. In second year, yes. In second year, you specialize down into 2. So I picked sculpture and painting. And then in third and fourth year, you specialize just down into 1, and I did painting. And I have completely forgotten why I'm telling you this story. What the heck was I saying? Why was this important? Oh, talking about landscape painting. I'm trying to think. We did a lot of portraiture drawing. We did architectural drawing. We did portraiture and still life painting, but I actually have zero recollection of ever doing a landscape painting at varsity. Not one. Okay, so the clouds I'm adding in here. So normally when you paint clouds, you need multiple light sources. So people normally just paint clouds like fuzzy lumps. They're not fuzzy lumps, so they'll have a light source. So generally the top will have sort of like a lighter little like doohickey at the top. And then underneath you have your shade, and then that way you can kind of create the illusion of depth. That is obviously an incredibly professional looking cloud. I'm trying to do that here. I also quite like incorporating yellow into clouds, but very subtly. Also, I'll be honest with you, so I mean, like, I predominantly do abstract painting, and I love abstract painting a lot. Obviously, that's what I've chosen to do. But I do like just like painting a thing every once in a while. Just so I think the wildlife ones have been nice to do. I want these clouds to be quite wispy. I don't want it to be like a heavy cloudy day. So I've got a cheetah that I started painting, I mean, gosh, like 8 months ago. And I started working, the cheetah I was really happy with. I think it was very efficiently done. And I started adding stuff into it. So all the animal ones I've done, I've mixed like plants and stuff with them. I'm just not happy with it. So I'm gonna go in and rework that completely, which is gonna be a big thing. But I've obviously not touched it for so long because I'm not happy with it. So I might get started on that tomorrow. So much to do. I actually don't even know what to do with myself. I'm so busy. So busy, it's actually insane. I'm also trying to finish painting the house. So like I did one wall this morning. I did the plastering and then did a wall. And I still have to finish doing some of the fence and things. So it's like I'm doing it like between paint drying in studio. swear they're having like a birthday party or something. It's really odd. It's like an odd time to be having a birthday party. The lighting in this is really not good. Let me see if I can turn this off again. I don't know if that makes any difference. Beep, boop, beep. No, I'm going to have to keep it on. Anyway, so it's going to be interesting to see when I make a couple of what I would say more normal size. I mean, this is incredibly small. More normal size paintings to see if the response is the same to them. Because if I can have something that consistently sells, that would be great. Because sales have been so up and down the last like year. Actually, if I'm being realistic, sales sort of dropped dramatically last April, and it's been a little bit of a struggle. So I can find like that one thing that is sort of like the money bringer inner. That'd be aces. I'll be a very happy little chap. Okay, I'm sort of happy like layout wise with that. The sky is a bit too like bubblegummy for me, but I'll wait for the mountains to dry and then I'll head in a little bit more. I also forgot that it was going to be the well, I didn't know that it was going to happen when I set this up on the timetable. You know what I mean? Like when I made the little like graph, what was it last week with the times for YouTube streams? I didn't realize there was going to be a presidential address at past. So please don't feel like you need to stick around and watch this. Presidential address is far more important. I don't know if that we're going to be told anything new about the lockdown. I think it's more just kind of like showing what measures have been put in place in terms of aid and stuff for people. I don't know. So I'm participating in a fundraising charity exhibition. So if you haven't seen that, it's on my Instagram. So a group of artists, we've all come together and we've sort of, well, I mean, they're semi-donated, I guess. Like we're still taking some proceeds from the sales, just because, like, we still need to eat. None of us are big famous artists, so we can't just be like, yeah, take all the proceeds. But 30% of all the proceeds for each artwork sold are going to be donated to charity or small businesses. We were going to be donating everything to the Solidarity Fund, but the more we've looked into it, no one really seems to be getting anything from the Solidarity Fund. Like, all this money's been put into it, but like, we can't find any indication that anyone's gotten any other money. So we're not donating to that anymore. So you can pick a charity. So if you buy a piece, so say for example you buy one of my pieces, you can literally be like, I would like the 30% to go directly to like Ladles of Love or whatever, and then you will get proof that we donated that money to that cause from your purchase. So I would really suggest going and checking it out. I mean, obviously, look, I'm going to plug my work because I want my stuff to sell. I have no shame in that. But there are some really good artists in there. It's mostly tattoo artists actually who are participating. But yeah, there's a couple of artists. I think there's some ceramic artists and stuff as well. And we've all priced our stuff low. Mostly because I think the general consensus was we'd rather make more sales at less. It's better to have some stuff sell and get money out there than just have nothing sell and it just sit because it's all priced too high. So yeah, so Steamed Rabbit is running it on Instagram and on Facebook, I believe it is as well. You can also find the link on my Instagram, on my art Instagram, not my plant Instagram. So the confusing thing about using my plant channel for art streams, I guess, but it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, kind of a shameless plug, but also shameless for like a good cause, I guess. I really like the sound of mixing paint. Where's my mic? On this polystyrene. I don't normally like polystyrene, but like, listen to this. To me, that's very satisfying. Right, let's pump up the sky a little bit. So this is normally the point where I ruin it. That's what I've learned. I tried to paint. Oh my gosh, this. I think I'm just gonna paint over this whole thing. I hate it. I hate it so much. Well, yeah, exactly. The whole point of we decided on the Solidarity Fund in the beginning because it sounded like a really good idea, but nobody knows where the money is going from what I can tell, so that's a hard pass from us. Like, we'd rather know that it's going to someone that can use it immediately and where it's going to do good. So yeah, that's why we're doing small businesses and charities now, that we know I actually like doing stuff. So I mean, from a Cape Town perspective, my suggestion was Ladles of Love. I've heard they're doing a lot of work. But if there are other suggestions as well, that would be great. That would probably be, if anyone bought any of my stuff, I think that would probably be where I would suggest that the money went from a personal perspective. That needs to dry a little bit more. Okay, let's start getting these mountains looking a bit more like legit. I'm doing the thing that I did last time and only using one size brush, which is a pet peeve. It's just painting the same thing with the same size brush, but I'm going to head in a second with a smaller brush. I just want to sort of like get my big tones down first. Oh my goodness, glands up like potatoes today. Ugh. It's a fun game. Fun game. I don't want this to be too like. It looks really terrible on camera. The shadowing on here is excellent. Okay, let's move in with a smaller brush. Where is the brush? Oh. Also, just a little update in case you can't hear. Shape of You is still playing. Do you want to see the face that I make? Actually, I don't know. Why? And it's not even the whole song. Like, oop, I have a picture stuck to my slipper. I'm painting in my pajamas, guys, like full disclosure. That's what's happening. It's almost my bedtime. I'm basically a 19-year-old woman. Pajamas by 8:30. I'm getting ready for bed. 9 o'clock. You're like, yeah, definitely bedtime. Oh, it's so funny. It's funny how you change so much. Literally, I used to be one of those people that would stay up until like 3, 4 in the morning. Now, I mean, like without even thinking about it, it would just be done. I could not think of anything worse now. It makes me feel ill. That's such a funny day. Oh, it's funny. Like, I've been going to bed probably like 9:30. James has been staying up maybe like 3 hours later on his PC past me. I'm like, nah, I'm done. It's bedtime. I need sleep. It's really funny. Yeah, he is still playing. I don't understand what's happening. I'm like 90% sure it is a birthday party of some description. Because when I got up this morning, at like 7:30, they were singing happy birthday to someone. So I presume someone's having a birthday party. Shame, it must be hard for kids. Like, both of us have had our birthdays in lockdown. And like adults, you can understand, like as an adult, but for like a little kid, shame. It must be really hard. Like, well, it's hard if they're used to birthday parties and stuff, I guess. If you're not like a birthday party kind of family, then it doesn't really matter, does it? But like, if you're used to having a big celebration on your birthday, it must be confusing for kids. Shame. So I guess they can play their Ed Sheeran. But maybe like the whole song, not just the first 30 seconds. I'm really enjoying using purple at the moment as a shadow. So this is currently a mix of burnt umber, burnt sienna, and Payne's grey, just to kind of give it like a nice warm shadow. But I'm actually going to do a fair bit with purple mixed in as well to just give it more life. Purple really brightens up shadows without making it like lurid purple. It's like the one thing I remember being taught at art at school. So I had the same art teacher from, get this, from grade 4 to grade 12. How bonkers is that? And she was nuts. My design teacher was really good. My art teacher, I never really felt like we learned anything. It was very much like a, well, do what you like to paint or do what you like to do kind of thing, but it had to be photorealistic. So, ironically, we only did photorealistic art at school, and then went to varsity, and suddenly I was just like, oh my gosh, look at all this art that's out here. And then basically it was like photorealism can stuff itself. I used to be really good at photorealistic painting, like really good at it, and now I actually can't. I just don't think I have the patience for it. I think that's why this like impression style is quite nice. The person should be doing an address. He should, if you guys aren't on time. I hope he does speak about the Solidarity Fund, because I mean, theoretically, it's a really good idea, and so much money has been donated into it. But where's it going? I don't want to be that person that's like, where is all that money? But like, where is all that money? You know? Because I mean, wasn't that where all those big donations in the beginning, they all went into the Solidarity Fund, didn't they? Like the billions or whatever that were donated. It hasn't started yet. Okay, see, all of my timekeeping devices say the different times. So like my computer that I'm watching the comments on says 8:25. My phone says 8:33. So be pleasantly surprised if he starts on time. Good old Cyril, getting a reputation for himself. Can you imagine being in charge of running a country during a pandemic? I mean, running a country anyway, let's be frank, it's just a horrible thing to think about having to do. It's a lot of responsibility, but like this is big decisions. Like, can you imagine coming to the conclusion to be like, the best thing is to do, shut the country down? Bonkers. Like, that's a huge decision to make. And you've got like, well, I wouldn't say maybe 50%, I don't know, a wide variety of the population just being like, just let us go back to work. And then the other half of us are just like, that's cool, it's cool. When it's safe. But I guess that's privilege talking. So, I mean, I say this, I'm panic painting at nearly 9 p.m. on a Tuesday night, making paintings, selling them for like $150. So there is definite panic. Oh, that's very wet. I don't have anything else to waffle about. I mean, do you want me to waffle about anything in particular? I feel like just painting is a bit boring. I want to just like have a silent stream. I can't play music because YouTube doesn't like that. All the oh, my brain. All the garden centre. Goodness me, that was difficult. Struggling tonight, can you tell? All the garden centre tours that I filmed where they play music. So not all the garden centres, but like super plants and stuff, they play music. And they've all been flagged. I've had copyright flags in all of those, even when you try to like dull the music down. You get this nice little notification from YouTube Creator Studio being like, you have used copyright music, you have a copyright infringement flag on your account. It's not great, but you don't want to do that, especially when I'm trying to get monetized. We're nowhere close, but it would be nice. I swear when I get to the 1,000 subscribers, when, it's not going to be if, it's when. It's going to take time, but we're going to get there. I'm going to do a happy little dance. How do you paint so tiny? Oh, can I be honest with you? It's really difficult for me. I mean, you've seen the size of my canvases that I work on normally. They're like 2 meters by 1.5 meters. Like this is small. So like when I head in to do the details, I mean, even this brush is too big. So like this is a size 8. Most of it, I would say, I would do with this, which is a 0. Hello, focus. Nope. But to do all the detail, I'm going to use this guy. So I don't think it's even going to focus on that. That is a 5-0. It's basically like 3 or 4 bristles. Go, little camera. Believe in yourself. But basically, it's really difficult. It's very counterintuitive. I'm used to just being like, painting huge with like giant paintbrushes. It's good. It's good to do things you're not comfortable with. Trying to work out like flower-wise. So I think the flowers that she said she liked were yellow and purple, which I think will work for this. So I'm going to do some like grass and stuff up in the front here. And then, see, this is way too big. I don't know why I'm still doing with this brush. Yet I'm carrying on. Yet even while I'm saying it's too big, I'm still just carrying on with it. Let's get some nice, good grassy background tone in there, and then think about flowers. I think a pop of colour would be nice. I did promise flowers. So I'm going to think like, trying to think of, like it'll be yellows and stuff. You don't really get bright colours in the bush. I'm just trying to think of my good old Joburg days. So basically when we moved here, would you believe that we went on quite a lot of, as we referred to them then, safaris. I've been on a lot of game drives. I'm just trying to think of like flowers in the bush. There are those beautiful little purple dudes, so I feel like purple is going to be appropriate. It's like white and purples and yellows. I just don't want it to be lurid. Do you want to sneak a little bit more green in here? Just, ooh, that's too much green. Too much green. Let's see. Hunching over like Quasimodo to make this. It's very counterintuitive. I think these would actually be perhaps more intuitive to paint in oils, just because of the flexibility of oils. get to smush it around so much. Oils is so lovely to work in. Got mine out of the cupboard again. And worked in oils for years. Mostly because, don't mind me, the very professional lick the finger and wipe the paint off. So I worked in oils when I was still working in a communal studio. And then when I started working from home, basically since I graduated, if I'm honest, I stopped working in oils because nobody wants to be that neighbour, especially in block flats. I mean, like, this is the first time I've lived in a house since I moved out of home, and I moved out of home when I was 17. So, you don't want to be that neighbour in a block of flats that stinks up everything with terps. So I stopped using that because I don't want to be that horrible neighbour. And also for the cats. Talking of which, I can literally hear one of them pouring the door. But now that I have a studio with a door to the outside world, I want to see if I can get away with using some oils again. And hopefully it doesn't stink up our house too much. If it does, then obviously I'm not going to work with them. Oh, Cyril started. Okay, awesome. If he says anything of value or important, well, of value, that sounds awful. With the highlight, if you wouldn't mind sharing the highlights, that would be very appreciated. I tried to watch. I'll be honest with you, I lose track of the ministers. I know it's bad, but I just can't keep up with it. Politics is not my forte, I think is a nice way of putting it. There was a speech or an address maybe like 2 days ago. A lady was doing the address and I could not work out what she was actually trying to say. She said a lot without saying anything at all. It was a very strange address. Thank you. I think it was the one basically saying like the call centers and stuff were going to be opened again. That's what I got from it anyway. It's just, I don't know, it felt like shame. It felt like they'd sort of just said to her about 2 seconds before they did it that she was going to be the one doing the talk and that she had no idea what she was going to say. Shame. I don't know, that's what it felt like to me anyway. But I mean, to be honest, I'm going to have a little rant now. We all knew it was going to happen. Apparently I quite enjoy ranting on streams. Who knew? I didn't know I was this person. We can just make this like a weekly thing maybe for the rest of time and just... Okay, so you know I listen to Greenhouse Rants, and if you don't listen to Greenhouse Rants, you should listen to Greenhouse Rants. Tyler Thrasher, he's amazing. And he sits in his greenhouse and rants about stuff. I feel like this is my version of Greenhouse Rants. They are giving out essential service certificates like the damn sweets. So at this point, what is the point? Like, what is the point? It's ridiculous. Cake is not an essential service. Ice cream is not an essential service. Like, really? There's so many food companies like Schecter's Raw and stuff. That's not an essential service. I'm sorry. Like, none of those are essential services. You get like more and more pages are posting me like, we got our certificate, and be like, how did you get a certificate? Yeah, it irks me on a level that I cannot begin to express. Completely defies the point of it, but okay, that's my rant over. Priority to intensify health interventions. Okay. 126,000 tests conducted, 3,465 confirmed cases, 2.2 million people screened. That's a lot of people screened. 15,000 sent for further testing. Okay. Those feel like pretty impressive numbers. I'm going to see if I can zoom this in a little bit more. Uber Eats is all basically only selling sweets now. Like, It's ridiculous. Like, it's not just me just being a grumpy old fart, is it? It is ridiculous. It's such a slap in the face to actual essential services, I feel anyway. I may have said that on I don't really use Facebook at all. So my Facebook art page is linked to my Instagram account, and then I've set it to automatically post just because I don't like going on Facebook, just because it's basically used for people to complain about stuff, if I'm being 100% honest, and for like sharing things, being like, if you don't share this and click, then I know that you don't care about curing cancer, and like, I just can't be doing with stuff like that. But I did actually go on somebody's Facebook page and told them that they were being unethical. And then they were reported so many times that then the company got shut down. And then just my comment, nobody else's comment, just my comment, they told me that I had single-handedly destroyed the lives of 45 people. It's the one time I've ever posted anything negative online about another company, and I won't be doing that again. Let's just say. Seems ridiculous to you too. Thank you. I just, like, what, like, it just, it just defies the point, you know? Economic response in 3 phases. Phase 1, declare national disaster mid-March. Phase 2, embarking now. Massive social support package of 500 million rand. So is that the social support package in terms of the Solidarity Fund? I'm hitting him with some purple, everyone. It's happening. Yeah. Also, I'm going to go back and do some more sky, so I'm not really going to like fiddle too much with the mountains. Oh my goodness. Feels like someone's trying to grate my throat. Phase 3. You missed. I didn't say it. Okay, cool. Thanks so much, Kyla. Phase 3 is to be determined, maybe. I mean, who the hell knows? Like, what the hell are you supposed to do? This is like an unprecedented situation, I guess. Okay, let's do... What's the time? 1:45. Okay. I'm gonna like loosely get a little bit more down, and then oh my gosh, there's so much more detail in real life than what is showing up on camera. I don't know if you can see. No, it just looks exactly the same. I promise it looks like I've done more than what, 500 billion. Holy smokes, that's a lot of money. Bloody hell. Jesus, that's a lot of money. It's interesting to see, just from like a fairly cynical perspective, I guess, like, you know, all of these big companies doing donations and stuff now. But like, you know, it could have been done before this. We have such big social gaps, and like, you know what I mean? I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Like, if you had the resources to be able to be like, here, have R1 billion, you know, to put towards housing, whatever, could it not have been done before? I mean, like, it's been put in the works now, I guess. So like, it's good that it's happening, but you know, like, it's sad that it's taken so long, and it's taken something like this. Fundraising is taking place via various banks. Via banks? Okay. So we don't have the full 500 billion yet. Okay, cool. Thanks. I think it's going to look quite nice when it's done. I really want to like push the light on the mountains. So this is still very, very flat, but I want it to really like shine without being overworked, which I guess is the problem. Oh, you know what I would absolutely smash? 20 billion towards health efforts. 20 billion isn't actually that much from 500 billion. I mean, obviously 20 billion is a lot. Like, that's not what I mean, but like percentage-wise, that's quite small from 500 billion. Okay, let's start to sort of get some layers going in the front here. I think I want sort of waves of grass. Anyway, yeah, I would really smash for a glass of wine right now, I'll be frank with you. 20 billion to municipalities for water and sanitation and other basic services, okay. Yeah, we don't, I feel like I just talk about the same like 3 things over and over on these streams just because I don't need a very exciting life and also can't leave the house. But we didn't stock up on any booze before lockdown because we don't really drink very much at all, really. But we went into lockdown with like, I think I had 4 strongbows left and James had like 3 beers. But man, I would really smash a glass of wine right now. I do like a glass of wine. I told my family in the UK that booze had been banned and they were all like, what? How are you coping? It's quite funny. Also a very European response. Brits do like to drink. That's way too weirdly orange. Let's tone that down with some yellow ochre. That's a little bit better. Temporary 6-month coronavirus grant, 50 billion towards that. Extra cash for grant holders for kids and other grants. Sounds like people unemployed will get £200 per month if they're not getting another grant or UIF. Hectic. Okay. Jesus, 200. Oh, hello. There's a bug. Where did you go, little bug? Your 200 is not very much, eh? Blip. I mean, obviously it's better than nothing, but that's... I feel like we're just doing so much more than other countries. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at the news and you hear what other countries are doing and stuff, and I really think that we're doing so much more than overseas. It's bizarre. Like, it's good, but it's just bizarre. Like, my brother posted something, well, his wife actually, she posted something on her Instagram. They had a social distancing 75th birthday party in their street, which literally involved, like, everyone in their road standing a meter away from each other in the street, which you're just like, It's sweet, like, I don't know, I guess I'm just grumpy. I think I'm just quite stressed at the moment, so I have a lot of family members who fall into the at-risk category with this whole thing going on, so it's been like extra stressful. And my uncle, who he just had heart surgery before, literally just before lockdown, and he took a bit of a turn yesterday. So we're all just waiting to hear what the hell's going on, basically. So I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not having the best time at the moment. They did ECGs and INRs, whatever it's called, and those came back clear, which is good, but his heart keeps on stopping. So they're testing to see if he has an infection, but he's the sole care of my 96-year-old gran. So it's like, yeah, it's a little bit stressful, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel very far away from family right now. No tolerance of corruption around food parcels, flip, and like the looting and stuff that's been going on. Again, I mean, you can completely understand why it's happening, but $100 billion for job protection and creating. Okay, that's interesting that the large majority has gone towards that. Interesting. I mean, it's good because so many people were worried that they're going to lose their jobs. So I have a friend, I don't know if she's going to watch this, so I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning, I won't mention her name, but I mean, she works for an NGO, a very large NGO, and they might be having to close the doors because they're like 90% reliant on donations, and all their donations for all of their projects have dried up. So the projects can't continue and they can't continue to pay people. So she's sort of in this weird place where they're scrabbling to keep stuff afloat. Other forms of support to artists, athletes, and other personnel. Okay, I mean, that's quite interesting. So I'm on a couple of South African artists groups, and there has been a lot of talk about. There's been zero allocation towards the arts, so there's people in the group who continue to go to Parliament and stuff. It's not just kind of like a Facebook group. It's actually like they're involved in Parliament and stuff, and the arts, from what they've been told, will be receiving nothing. So that's a fun little slap in the face. To a certain extent, you can understand for like smaller creatives, but I mean, our film industry here is one of our main forms of income. So if no relief is given to the film industry, we're going to have quite a problem on our hands. 40 billion put aside for salary protection for employers who cannot pay their employees. Okay. Hopefully that won't be abused. I can just see people being like, I did not have the money to pay my people. Can we have some money, please? And then it just sort of disappearing down people's pockets. Because on the whole, people are shit. It's really good though that they're putting all of these things in place to kind of protect people's jobs and salaries and stuff. It's great. I think it's fantastic. Look, I know I'm being cynical about a lot of this, but I really genuinely think that I handle this fantastically. First world countries should really take a good hard looky over here at us, because, and is it New Zealand as well? I think New Zealand's also been really like on the ball. Delay for taxes and speeded up VAT payouts. Okay, that's handy. It would be really, really nice if we could not have to pay or have, like, I don't know, a discount or an arrears or something on rates. That would be extra helpful right now. see. It's so weird painting with such a tiny little paintbrush. So I used to paint, no judgment, I used to paint Warhammer figurines. So if anybody knows what Warhammer is, what's a good little description? It's basically like a tabletop battle game, I guess. I used to play the game. My brother used to play the game, and I used to paint the figurines for the game. Like I used to paint magic cards and stuff. I've never played Magic, but I used to paint the cards. And you paint the figurines with like it's like the biggest size brush you use, the 5-0, because they're so small and it's so detailed. And you're like painting like insignia and stuff on their arm. It just reminds me of painting that using these little brushes. So I'm trying to remember what my schedule is. I made a schedule to just kind of like make people know when stuff is going to happen rather than me just being like the day before being like, oh, I'm going to stream. Just because I'm so busy, the 4 p.m. ones aren't working. But I think I might do another one on Saturday. I'm thinking we do another silly one if anyone fancies that. Because the last one we did, the really silly one, was great because there were loads of people. I think we had like 15 people participating at one point. And I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. So I think that's on Saturday. I've scheduled one on Saturday at 11. So I'm thinking we do another like silly animal one. I'm going to try and promote / remind people about that because it's nice to have people tune in. And then I think I sent another one of these for like next Tuesday, also at 8 p.m. I don't want to do too many of them. One, because I don't want to like clog up this channel with live streams. And 2, they're actually quite tiring. So, like, just from a teaching perspective, it's very much kind of just like teaching like 3 classes back to back because you just don't stop talking. Phased reopening of economy, balance need to limit spread of virus with the need to get people back to work. Okay. That's a very fair point. Oh man, about the best friend stock drop. I'm so bleak. I'm so bleak about it because they look... Okay, I'm going to tell you all here. Anthurium ballaranum has been one of my wishlist plants for nearly a year. And I know there's going to be no way I can afford that one. It's so big. I mean, it's actually too big. If I'm 100% honest, we don't have the space for it. But I'm really sad. I know that all the plants are going to be really big, which means they're going to be really expensive. I'm really sad about it. But I'm absolutely not going to spend money on something that we don't need to be spending money on. But man, I'm sad. I'm sad that it's happening now because I think there's going to be some amazing plants in that drop. So please go forth and buy all the beautiful plants. I think I might not even go on. I say this every time there's a stock drop and then I still go on. But I feel like, I don't know, I just want to see what there is. But at the same time, then you see something that you want and then you have to try and like justify why you shouldn't buy it. So maybe it's better to just not put yourself in the line of fire. You know what I mean? I want a little bit of like earth up at the front here. I think we need to tie in. Let's have some like spots of soil, as it were. I haven't actually seen this jar drop before. I hope there's some smaller, cheaper cuttings or something. They are normally full plants. If it's similar to the last ones, they are full plants, and normally like one or 2 at the most of each. So I think the drop is at 4. So literally you have to like refresh that page at 4 because there's people on there with their old credit cards ready to roll. So if you see something, like, you can't really hesitate about it. You just have to click immediately and say sold. So prepare for that. I think this is like the stuff that was got in for the Takara Rare Plant Fair. So I think there's going to be some rarees / expensives for this one. Yeah, that is the same problem I have, because I love them, but like most of the time they're so expensive, and like kudos if you can justify spending 700 rand on a plant, but I can't do that. So, you know, but that's why it's nice, like cuttings and stuff. So if you do have things that, you know, people want, I will happily cut up my plants. Like, most of my plants are small or from cuttings or whatever, so it's going to take them a while to get to like cutting phase, but I'd rather share, you know? Plants are for sharing. So I'll cut stuff when I can cut stuff, and I think on the whole most people do that. I've got some really lovely cuttings from people, from just sort of me being like, oh wow, you know, that's really beautiful. And obviously not with the intention of being like, it's beautiful, hint, 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 just saying like, it's beautiful. And I would say 9 times out of 10, they're like, oh, do you want a cutting of it? It is on Facebook, yes. It's only on Facebook, it's not on Instagram. Yeah, be prepared to click in quickly. I think your most expensive plant was 170. See, that I think is fair. I'm not going to tell you how much my most expensive plant was. I had a little bit of a brain fart one day, and I bought a plant for a lot of money. I don't regret it, actually. I love that plant. It was my Philodendron Ploumanii, which I got from Hukom. Such a nice, I keep on twisting this, sorry guys. Such a nice company. But I mean, Shane, they were so nice, because they said they were getting one in without a price. So I messaged them and was like, how much is it going to be? And they told me the price, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's really out of my budget. I can't justify it. Like I said, I was a bit cheeky. I was like, do you mind if I think about it? She was like, yeah, sure. I'll reserve it for you for 24 hours, and then you can let me know. Which was really sweet. Like, she really didn't have to do that. Okay, Sarah's done no extension of the lockdown today. Okay, that's interesting. I was sort of waiting and breathing for them to be like, more days. I'll be honest with you here, because I feel like this is like a little therapy session. I feel like I'm sort of talking to myself. It's quite a bizarre situation. I would highly encourage all of you to go and sit in a room, just ramble into the air for like an hour. It's an incredibly strange experience. I am not looking forward to lockdown being done. I'll be frank with you. My anxiety has loved this. I've loved it. I've loved lockdown. It's going to sound awful. I haven't missed seeing people. People give me anxiety. I can't. Like, visiting people, having people over, it gives me such anxiety. I have panic attacks when we go to restaurants. I get really bad anxiety when we go out into public places with lots of people. And like, these are all things that you have to do because you can't just hide all the time. But I've liked it. I've really liked it. The only thing that I've struggled with is not being able to like pop out, because I just like popping out. But I feel like social media, like, you can still talk to people and stuff. It's not like you're isolated from people. So I'm kind of worried, like, for my anxiety for lockdown being ended. Because, I mean, when I was acclimatized to being around lots of people, I was still finding it really difficult. So now that there's been like a break, I'm actually really worried about it. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm genuinely quite worried about it. Well, yeah, exactly. It isn't just going to go away, is it? Like, I think that's going to be the problem, is people are going to go back to living their lives like it's normal, and it's still going to be there. It's not just going to miraculously have gone away. I don't know. I think we're going to have to be very careful with how everything's opened up again. That's a very fair point. Not being able to get potting soil. I know. What are they called? It's where I buy all my hydroponic stuff from. I think it's like hydroponics.co.za or something. They have been allowed to open for seedling planting or something. I saw Brett ordered a whole bunch of potting stuff from them. So, I mean, I think you could get from them. I think they have fancy soil, because let's be honest, they are marketed as a hydroponic shop, but we all know that that's code for let's grow some weed. The potting soil is real. The one thing that I actually have some left of is potting soil. Art supplies, not so much. Potting soil, yes. I've got like half a bag left. It's being reserved for a rainy day. Not that I've had any time to do any flipping gardening or anything. I genuinely am so flipping busy, it's actually insane. Okay, you did the same thing as Brett. Good plan. The orchid bark is expensive. Hectic. Yeah, I normally buy my orchid bark from Superplants, and it's like $20 or something ridiculous. But I think their stuff is interesting. Like, some of their stuff is really well priced, and some of it is super expensive. So I've got a little weedy plant growing, and I wanted to order some like fancy pants soil. Well, not order. I was going to go in. This is before lockdown. I was going to go in and get some soil for the little weedy, just so he was living his best life. And saw that it was like $200 or something for the bag of soil, and it was like, nah, my friend, you can just I'll just fertilize you more. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm sorry, I'm not spending $200 on soil. That is a hard no. I do really like, all I'm thinking about is just like, it'd be so nice to just go. So my thing is, like, when I'm a bit stressed or whatever, or like had a bad day, or just go and have a walk around Ferndale. I'm that horrible person that doesn't really. No, I do. I'm 90% of the time I buy something, I feel weird leaving without buying something, so I always buy like a tray, like of annuals or whatever. I think I'm too British. I can't like leave a shop without buying something, because I feel like they're gonna think that I'm there to steal stuff. But I just want to go walk around Ferndale. I really like that nursery. It's very calming. I mean, we live so close to Superplants, but I just don't find it so calming. I feel like there's just too many people that work there that are just like on top of you all the time, just being like, can I help you? Do you need anything? Can I help you? They're like, no, I just want to walk around and look at the plants. I'm actually going to give up. I keep on just pulling this around. I'm sorry. I'm having a not very concise streaming evening today. Some would say it's a hot mess. I'm trying to think of other ways to like get people to see this channel. Does anyone have any ideas? Because like basically I need to get monetized. Oh my goodness, if I do that one more time. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of views. I think the growth on the channel has been relatively good, but it's the subscriber part that is tricky, because like, you don't really often subscribe to a channel, do you? You just sort of like know who you watch and you head over to them. And yeah, I don't really. I subscribe to like Yoga with Adrian, and maybe like 3 or 4 plant YouTubers. But it's trying to like get people to subscribe. That's the problem. Because I think if people knew that like it would be super handy for you as the person making stuff, that if you do get X amount of subscribers or whatever, I mean, you don't get a lot of, I mean, obviously big YouTubers, you see what houses they live in and stuff, like they make an absolute buttload of money. But I started this channel without realizing the monetization potential of it, and then realized obviously you could monetize it. But from an artist perspective, having that residual income, super handy. And I'll be frank with you, I love making the videos. I love making the plant videos. It's just like, I really enjoy doing them. I don't know what it is about doing it, but I just love it. I really like doing the researchy ones, which are the ones that get like no views. People like watching plant shopping ones, and those are the ones that I really don't like making. But I don't know, like my self-confidence has always been pretty low, and this is gonna sound really ridiculous, but like starting the YouTube channel and like I don't know, it's really flipping helped my self-confidence. It's yeah, I didn't realize how much I needed it until I started it, so it's been quite a revelation actually. I'll be frank with you, I wasn't expecting that. You subscribed twice. Oh, thanks. I think. Oh my goodness, that was horrible. My sternum just clicked. If you heard that, you might have. It's like right on my mic. I might call it in a minute, just because I know that the light in here is not actually true light. So painting with artificial light is really not great. Where possible, always try and paint with natural light, which is why I love this room so much. So I think Kylie, you've seen him here. I work in our garage, which has those little plastic strips in the ceiling, which basically means it's like a greenhouse, which is why I keep my plants in here. So it's hot as shit in summer, but the lighting in here is magnificent. So I will never, ever, ever block up the ceiling in here, ever. Natural light is so nice. So really, where you can paint with natural light, you just get such truer colour when you're working in natural light. Ask for an international colour for shout out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if any of you guys saw. So Legends of Monstera, he messaged me and asked if I wanted to be in his YouTuber collab video. Why would anyone say no to that? I was like, yes, please, and thank you. Tell me what I have to do. So I think that came out like 2 weeks ago. Like, he said he found my channel and would like to feature me in one of his international YouTuber shout out videos, which was amazing. So I think it's in the part 5. If you watch part 5 on Legends of Monstera's YouTube plant tuber. I can't remember the title now. It's like your favorite plant of 2019. I obviously chose Stig, obviously. But yeah, that was incredible. I had like quite a few people message me after that, so being like, I saw you on Jimmy's channel. So nice. He's so nice. I really like him as a person. He makes amazing videos, but also he's really nice. So that was a fun little surprise, I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to work out how to do like an international collab vid, because I had someone else message me from the US, and she was like, I think we should do a collab video. And I said, I think that would be a great idea, but like, what can we do? Like, how can we do an international collab? Let's actually think about it and message her back, because I actually just need to film some more videos. I filmed a whole bunch actually before lockdown because I was so organised. So literally everything that's coming up on the channel now, I filmed ages ago, and it's all just kind of like I stacked it all up. But I think I've got like 2 more videos left, and then we're out. So I really need to get filming, because editing also takes quite a long time. Ooh, do you know what? I think I'm going to call it, and also I keep on twisting this around. But I think that looks alright. So tomorrow you'll see me post this on Instagram in the morning. I will finish it off, hopefully by lunchtime, because I'm trying to pump out like 2 a day now. I think that's going to be the plan, and I want to start a big one tomorrow. But yeah, I think yellow flowers down here, yellow and white, maybe some like purple, and then I'll sprinkle some through in the back here just so it doesn't look like random Kalia Lynn does the rare plant index to an essay rare plant edition that helps. I would love to do that. So can I be honest with you, one of the videos that I'm doing research for at the moment, but it's taking me a long time. See, the researchy videos take me so long to put together. I'm doing an African aroids video, because we have some beautiful aroids that are endemic here that nobody knows about, or I didn't know about. So it's on my list, but it's really taking me a long time. Like a really long time, because I keep on getting distracted by other things as well. But that's on my list, so you can expect an African aroids video, which I'm pretty stoked about. Yeah. Yay. Yeah, it's coming together. I think it'll look quite nice, actually, like once it's all done. Okay, so the cool thing is about using this is I'm going to put a little, it's a bit far away, where are you? Nope, I can't reach it with my mic. I'm just going to put this in an old plastic bag, and that will keep the paint wet, and I can use it tomorrow. So waste not, want not. But, oh no, it still doesn't look like there's much detail on there, but I swear there's more detail than there actually is. Boom. Anyway, yeah, I'm a post that when it's done tomorrow, but yeah, it's well past my bedtime now, guys. I'm excited to add the wildflowers. I think I'm going to keep it in the yellows, purples and whites. I think that will be quite nice. Sprinkle it throughout, and pull some yellows and stuff into the background as well here, so it kind of like all ties in. Yay. Okay. Yeah, that's me officially done. Oh, my box wine that I paint with is keeping this piece of wood up, and it's very wibbly. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to do another stream on this Saturday at 11 a.m. It will probably be an interactive one where I do some weird drawings, so you tell me what to draw and I'm just going to wing it. And if nobody pitches up, I'm just going to do another one of these and save it. But yeah, the next one will be Saturday at 11 a.m. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Like, I genuinely appreciate you tuning in. It's really nice. Like, it is really, really nice. I know it's silly, but I'm really enjoying it. Yeah. Anyway, hope you are all good, and I will see you guys for the next stream. And thanks again, and have a lovely rest of your evening. Au revoir, everybody.